This is CBC Nova Scotia News.
Domestic surge. Halifax Airport leads Canada with more travelers coming from within the country. Funding axed. A Nova Scotia couple's backyard suite plans hit a wall after provincial loan program ends. And Ski Martok wants to save its snow for next season using a massive tarp.
It's weekend time. A nice start to the weekend. Saturday looks great. Increasing clouds and some showers for Mother's Day. Your full forecast is coming up.
Good evening. As the trade war with the U.S. continues, there's more evidence that Canadians are spending their vacation money closer to home. StatsCan has released new data about domestic airline travel. Halifax is just one of the Canadian cities reaping the rewards. Sabrina Fabian reports.
Planes landing at the Halifax International Airport, bringing thousands of Canadian travelers to the region. People like Joy and Sarah Reeves, who are on their very first trip ever to the East Coast from Vancouver Island.
It kind of makes sense to kind of go for us from coast to coast. And I think it's just about supporting Canada and seeing the rest of our country instead of going other places.
The mother-daughter duo has been in Halifax all week, taking in the sights.
We did Peggy's Cove and what else? Just done a lot of walking. And now, because it's raining, we'll probably do some of the museums today.
Their spirits aren't dampened by the cool, wet weather the Maritimes are often known for.
I think that's just part of the experience. It's part of being Canadian, is we're used to different weather.
They represent an increasing trend. Over the past year, almost 15,000 more domestic passengers came through the Halifax International Airport, an increase of 15%. And it wasn't alone. Domestic travel also increased at Toronto's Pearson International Airport by 14% and Calgary's International Airport by 11%.
When events happen, like we see happening around the world today, that definitely impacts demand, and it impacts demand in certain markets.
The number of people arriving here by plane only represents a fraction of domestic travelers. Many people arrive here by car. In fact, 40% of travelers who come to Halifax from within Atlantic Canada drive here. That means good business for hotels and restaurants. The trend is expected to continue in 2026, even though high gas prices could continue to make travel more expensive.
So far, we're not seeing or hearing a lot about it, but I think we're all nervous and watching daily.
But tourism could still take a hit.
It's the first thing people cut when they're afraid or they're not making money.
And many Canadian cities have a lot to offer for less money.
When you go to a place like Halifax, it was a little more affordable than, for example, Toronto.
These women will be spreading the word to their friends back home.
Go east.
Sabrina Fabian, CBC News, Halifax.
A young person is dead after a crash early this morning in Musquodoboit Harbour. The single vehicle crash happened in the 1100 block of Austria Lake Road around 3:30 a.m. RCMP found that a southbound vehicle crossed the road and rolled into a ditch. The passenger, a youth from East Chesapeake, died at the scene. Police did not disclose the age of the victim, but said they define youth as ages 11 to 17. The cause is under investigation. Talks have once again broken off between striking long-term care workers and the province. On Thursday, CUPE said workers were resuming talks after 4 weeks of job action. However, early Friday morning, the union released a statement saying although the offer was better than the last, it was still not a living wage for some members. The number of homes affected surpassed 30 this week. Striking workers include continuing care assistants, licensed practical nurses, housekeeping staff, and physiotherapists. A Nova Scotia couple planning to build a backyard secondary suite on their property say it's going to be harder without a provincial incentive program they were hoping to access. The program that launched in 2023 provided forgivable loans for those who met the criteria. Gareth Hampshire has that story.
This is the spot where a driveway is being planned leading to what they want to become a new secondary suite. They've been hoping to qualify for the forgivable loans provided by the provincial incentive program to help with the build, but were surprised to hear it's no longer available.
I mean, there's just not enough low rent units available that are affordable, and I think programs like this, should be pushed harder.
Gary Marsh and Mary Cook want to rent the suite to their friend who's on long-term disability. They have the land and want to put it to use.
And in this situation, we had a lot left over, so why not make good of it to help this housing crisis?
The unit they want to build is estimated to cost around $150,000. They say the $40,000 loans the program provided to those eligible would have been significant.
As a person with a disability, it's very hard to find something that is affordable.
The Minister of Housing says the program has exceeded its targets, with more than 600 applications approved, but that interest in it was fading.
It met the needs that we had in mind, and now we're just focusing on some other areas that are really increasing in need.
Helping people pay their rent right now is a key area, he says. A $15.9 million increase has been made to the rent supplement program.
When you're dealing with a crisis, you try to direct money to the best and fastest place to help.
But there are questions about the timing of the announcement and the possible impact.
Finding accessible units is still an issue throughout the province, but certainly in rural areas. And so this program allowed for families to build those accessible units where they weren't available.
Jones Co-Builders have constructed about a dozen of the secondary suites in the Halifax region in the past year. Most of its clients did not access the program. This one will work out to about $325,000.
Most of our clients that are considering something like this already have funds available, or this is something they're already planning to do. And so the forgivable loan wasn't something that was, a make or break for them.
Back in Kings County, they're still hoping to go ahead with their build, albeit with a modified financing model. Gareth Hampshire, CBC News, Lockhartville.
A group home for children with traumatic backgrounds is building 2 new 4-bedroom homes in Lower Sackville. The homes are run by Chisholm Services for Children, a nonprofit that receives operational funding from the province. The project is expected to cost nearly $10 million. Ottawa announced Friday it is covering about half the cost through its Affordable Housing Fund. The new builds will replace an older 4-story home in South End, Halifax.
We really felt that they deserved a better home. Also, downtown Halifax versus a community like Lower Sackville. The province has stepped in and actually helped support with some land for us that the programs are located on, almost 6 acres of land. So that outdoor therapeutic recreation, land-based recreation is very important for us.
The municipality is also contributing to the project with about $200,000 in direct funding and $30,000 in fee waivers. Well, after all that rain, a sunny Friday. We can't complain about that.
No, definitely not. A few showers popping up today, but overall, the general theme was a really nice day. That's going to be the theme again for Saturday, as we see some sunshine, the chance for some isolated pop-up showers, and a risk for a rumble of thunder. The greatest risk, once again, will be across the northeast of the province, but can't rule it out. Halifax, Hants, back towards the eastern areas of the Annapolis Valley. Note the winds from the southwest tomorrow, and keeping temperatures in that 12 to 15, even 16 degree range. So pretty nice for this time of year. A little cooler on Sunday, chance for some sunshine in the east, but generally we're going to be looking at the clouds more dominant on Sunday, and a pretty good chance for some showers moving through as well. It's as this next system starts to approach, and yeah, for Mother's Day, that will be moving in with those showers. The greatest chances on Sunday are actually going to be for western areas, and then it really fills in with some showers for Sunday night and into next week. We'll have that full 7-day coming up. So Ski Martok is attempting to save some of its snow from last winter in an attempt to open on time next season. Can it work? Have a look. This ski hill wants to make the most of last winter's snow and attempt to carry that forward into next season. So how do you do that? Well, you attempt to save the snow.
Nova Scotia is a challenging, some would say a dumb place to have a ski resort given our climate here. So in my experience here in all those years, it always is a moving target, that opening date, the weather fluctuations, the humidity and all those things. So those have always been a challenge.
For snow lovers here in the Maritimes, this past winter was one of the best in years. The snow arrived early and stayed right into March, which is something that's been increasingly rare in our changing climate. And now Ski Martok wants to use that snow to help the slopes for next season. How much snow is in this pile right now? And how much do you think will be there in December?
It's the question for $1 million. So
there's 18,000 cubic meters of snow on this pile. But thanks to this protective textile tarp, which will keep the snow and cold in and the evaporated moisture to come back out, there should be enough snow left over to allow Martok to open this run for Christmas. Martok has placed its snow-saving bets with a company from Czechia called Snow Support. Owner and CEO Michal Richter says the idea of saving snow first began a couple of decades ago, but the practice has quickly grown. And now, many ski hills are using this specialized and insulated geotextile tarp, which is UV stabilized, reflects sunlight, and reduces heat transfer.
It's using many years ago on the glaciers in the Europe. Then we started using for the snow storage. And then we covering with the many layers. It depends about the place and then the microclimate. And then it's always the first time it's the test, because you will just have a data from the first test, and then you can count it if you just add more layers.
On that guaranteed opening.
Did I say guaranteed?
Well,
no guarantees on the books yet, but yeah, we're shooting for that date to have a consistent opening date. Yes.
Mid-December?
Yeah, we'd like to get open before Christmas every year. Mid-December would be great.
Only time will tell if these tarps can save enough snow for Martok to guarantee its opening. It's safe to say, though, if this works, the practice of saving snow will continue to expand across the rest of Canada. Ryan Snoddon, CBC News, Martok.
That's pretty neat. Well, Nova Scotia MLA is calling on the Houston government to lift tolls on the Cobequid Pass. Drivers from other provinces currently pay a minimum of $4, and the largest tractor-trailer pays $24. Independent MLA Elizabeth Smith-McCrossin says that's a barrier to interprovincial trade. She says a toll on $18 billion in goods that cross from the Chignecto Isthmus should not be passed on to consumers.
We all know that our economy is under threat with the tariffs that are being imposed on us and on our businesses from the United States, and we need to remove all unnecessary interprovincial barriers.
New Brunswick is considering its own toll near the border. Premier Tim Houston says he opposes that, but supports the Nova Scotia toll, saying motorists, including transport trucks, can take other routes to avoid it. Work is underway to renovate the Alderney Landing market space. The Dartmouth Cultural Centre says the upgrades come from public feedback. They include more space for core business tenants, new windows onto the harbour, more seating, and a stage for musicians. There will also be one new accessible washroom and updates for existing washrooms.
I think what they'll see is a more vibrant space, which is what they were looking for, and bright, clean, and refreshed, and making the most use of the space that we have in a way that makes sense for the public and for the farmers market.
The work will take about 8 weeks, and all the facilities' markets will remain open. McGregor says the move is an important step until a larger expansion of Alderney Landing is finalized through the Dartmouth Waterfront Master Plan. To much relief, gas prices held steady this week. They remain at just over $1.91 per litre here in Halifax. That's the cheapest in the Maritimes. Still, many are feeling the pinch at the pumps.
Surprising. I mean, you have the price go up almost every Friday morning, but then you have the interrupter clause that comes in without warning, so that hits you again.
Actually, I normally drive a big truck, and I'm driving a smaller vehicle right now to get around town, do a lot of that. Unless I need the truck, it stays parked.
It's definitely been challenging. I travel a lot for work, so I do need to factor that into how I schedule my work time. But, you know, it's a lot harder for folks who are having war waged on their country.
Some folks enjoying the nice day on the Harbour Hopper along the waterfront. Ryan is up next with the full weather forecast. Stay with us. And Ryan's back with the full weather forecast. So as you were saying earlier, Saturday looks like the prime day to get out, do some stuff, soak up the sun, and buy that gift for mom.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Sunday, if you're going to go for a walk with mom, just make sure you got the umbrella or the rain jacket handy, especially if you're in areas to the west. But it's not going to be a washout of a day. We'll see some breaks and maybe even a little bit of sunshine breaking through. So it'll be, perhaps not as turbulent as today, which was a day with a little bit of everything, and a great time lapse to kick things off. This is from Masstown, looking over the Cobequid Mountains, looking toward the Cobequid Mountains. Note the fog patches early this morning, super nice. Then that cloud in the mix. And as we look at the sunshine kind of coming out throughout the day, and then you'll see as we work our way into the afternoon, note that, those dark clouds off in the distance, those showers that were popping up today. And then we've got the sunshine back in the mix. And as we look at the live shot there now, you can still see some showers off in the distance as we look off to the north into Cumberland County. So pretty nice indeed, and pretty nice shot. Thanks to Nova Scotia webcams for that. There are the temperatures out there right now. Some single digits, Cape Breton and northern parts of the province. We are looking at temperatures still hanging on to the 15-degree mark for Halifax. Yarmouth's at 9. And as we look at the winds, they've been a little on the steady side again for this afternoon as they picked up in the 20 to 30 range for especially the southwest. Some gusts here in the 40-kilometer-per-hour range, lighter in the northeast. Now, looking at the radar, there are the showers that have been bubbling up over eastern parts of the mainland and pushing into Cape Breton. And here are those showers that have been picking up on the webcam that we just showed you from Masstown, looking north over towards the Cobequid Mountains. And you can see that those showers are starting to march back in from New Brunswick into Cumberland County, Colchester. And the risk for a shower or thunderstorm will exist here for the next couple of hours. Once the sun sets, things really quiet down. And lots of shower activity in this cool air mass. It's the same deal everywhere. You get that cold air aloft, you get the sunshine this time of year quite strong, doing its thing, heating the surface, and then that heat rises, cools, condenses, turns into clouds, and we really get things bubbling up when that warmer air hits that cooler air aloft. Now, look at temperatures in the west. Recovering nicely over the last couple of days in Alberta, Saskatchewan. Pretty chilly, though. Ontario, the Great Lakes into Quebec, and the Maritimes still, not quite where we should be for this time of year. Close, but a little cool. Temperatures tonight will be ranging between 3 and 5 degrees. So a cooler start to tomorrow than what we've been seeing the last couple of mornings. Note that shower activity, risk for a rumble of thunder will continue over the next hour or 2 or 3. By the time we get to midnight, we're done. And then for tomorrow, lots of sunshine. Maybe a bit of a sluggish start in Cape Breton with a few fog patches, but we are looking at a beautiful day overall. And then the increase in clouds and those showers starting to bubble up across the northeast into the afternoon and the evening. That's our greatest chance. Note some of that wet weather starting to trickle in here, Yarmouth and Shelburne. I think this forecast model here is a little too bullish on that. I think certainly an evening risk, but before supper time looks to be very limited in based on what I'm seeing right now. Temperatures tomorrow, 10 to 14 across the island. Winds from the southwest. We'll see a similar story. Cooler onshore winds for the eastern shore. Antigonish and across that Northumberland shore tomorrow should be in the mid-teen range. Keep your eye on the sky with those pop-up showers. Risk for a storm. The best chances are going to be from Pictou back through Truro in and around the Cobequid Bay area for tomorrow. And we are looking at a slight risk for the Annapolis Valley as well. Okay, so looking at Sunday, we'll see a round of moisture moving in Saturday night into Sunday. And then, note some breaks of sun. Certainly possible here. The best chances of seeing some sun will be in the east. And then some more wetter weather building in for Sunday night. I did put the sun icons Pictou to the eastern shore and east of that line, but could see some breaks of sun here through central areas as well, looking less likely further west towards Yarmouth. And then as you can see Sunday night, more wet weather moving in, and it does look like that's the general theme into next week. It looks rather soggy Monday into Tuesday to start the week, but sun returning for Wednesday and into Thursday, Amy.
All right, we can deal with that for sure.
I think so.
Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you.
The federal government is providing millions of dollars to help support Atlantic Canada's oyster industry as it deals with the fallout of MSX and Dermo. Ottawa will allow importing broodstock from the U.S. to develop disease-resistant oysters. Connor Lamont reports from Charlottetown.
The federal government has announced almost $12 million to help support PEI's struggling oyster fishery. It's been hit by two diseases called MSX and Dermo. And while not harmful to humans, they've killed millions of oysters in recent months. Here's what's in the announcement. The Canadian Food Inspection Agency has approved importing broodstock from the U.S. An approval for disease-resistant oyster seed will happen in the coming weeks. There's over $4 million for PEI oyster growers to buy that seed and $6 million for a one-time license buyback for wild oyster harvesters.
Today is all about setting the foundation for a successful, viable future. That's what we're doing today, and we'll deal with future challenges as they come in the same methodical approach.
Morrissey says, based on science, the fastest way to get the oyster industry back is to bring in seed that's resistant to MSX and Dermo.
So this time next year, we'll have a clearer understanding if seed sourced in the U.S., oyster seed sourced in the United States, can adapt to Prince Edward Island waters and environmental conditions.
The PEI Aquaculture Alliance says the announcement is great news for growers, especially with the high mortality rates in oysters this season.
It's great news. It's fantastic that we're seeing some federal government funding coming into the industry.
The PEI Shellfish Association says it's glad to have some money for license buybacks, but wild oyster harvesters hoped for more help.
The people that want to still try to make a living at this or keep the industry going, like they can exit out and that's it. Like a dead end for the wild industry.
McLeod says it'll be iffy for everyone to make enough for EI too.
There's a lot of people hurting bad over this, really bad. Oysters is not good in a lot of rivers and we're traveling a long distance.
Ottawa also announced $130,000 to develop a strategy for the Atlantic oyster industry. Farm Credit Canada is also starting a program to help growers and processors who are struggling financially. Connor Lamont, CBC News, Charlottetown.
Coming up, tourism operators in Atlantic Canada are gearing up for what they expect to be a very busy season. Atlantic Canada's largest sightseeing tour company is very optimistic about the upcoming season. Bookings are up 30% from this time last year. And for more on this, we're joined by Sean Buckland, the new owner of Ambassador's Grey Line. So early days yet, of course, but how are you seeing things unfold so far?
Things are unfolding really well so far. Last year was our best year on record, and we've seen that trend continue. And so what we're seeing now is sort of a similar situation to last year, where we're seeing Americans coming on board the cruise ships, taking advantage of the exchange and the higher dollar. We're seeing international visitors come and stay longer and have a propensity to spend more when they're here, and we're seeing Canadians stay home. So the three are aligned, and they're creating for a really terrific season to start.
What are they coming here to see?
Well, they're coming to see a number of things. For us, in particular, a trip on the Halifax waterfront. And so we have a world-class waterfront here that's visited by over 3 million people a year. We always say no trip to Halifax is complete without a trip on the water. They're coming to see picturesque Peggy's Cove. Over 800,000 visitors a year will visit Peggy's Cove. And so they're generally taking in the sights of the incredible city we have here.
Of course, we're on the tall ship Silva right now.
Yes. So we're on the flagship of our fleet here, the tall ship Silva, and in our opinion, the pride of Halifax. But the tall ship Silva goes out on a regular basis, and you can go out and experience a 2-hour cruise visiting the Northwest Arm, which gives you a really great perspective of the yacht clubs and homes on the Arm, and you can take an amazing sunset cruise as well.
Now, SailGP has been a big boost for your company as well. Tell me about that.
Yeah, SailGP has been a great boost for the company and a great boost for the province. And so this is the second year for SailGP here. It'll happen June 20th and 21st. We're fortunate enough to be providing the ferry service out to George's Island, which will provide a spectacular view for spectators to take in the race. And we're doing a number of private tours for various companies as well out to see the race.
Of course, these are tough times for a lot of people. Groceries are up, everything's up, including fuel. How has that impacted how you operate?
Yeah, certainly we're noticing that obviously one of the first things that's impacted when costs go up is people's discretionary income, and so travel is discretionary. We're seeing that our guests are continuing to travel, and we've always believed, and I think it's continuous here, that the Atlantic Canada is a strong, resilient market. Certainly we're watching our costs. We've chosen not to pass on a fuel surcharge, so we have chosen to eat the cost of fuel at the moment and keep a close eye on it. But we have done things like introduced walking tours this year for a more budget-conscious guest, perhaps. We will go slower on the water. I think we all know the faster you go, the more fuel you burn, and so we will definitely adopt that as well. And we're taking a good look inward to say, what can we do to eventually electrify our fleet and our vessels?
That would be quite expensive, I assume.
It wouldn't be a cheap undertaking by any means, but certainly the right thing to do, and certainly it will take some time to do. But we are working with industry partners now to look at ways that we can electrify our harbor hoppers in particular.
Now, when does the season really pick up for you? I know cruise ships have already started coming in.
Yeah, well, the first cruise ship was April 5th this year, which was it was really early, and this is known as the earliest and longest cruise ship season ever. We'll go from April 5th well into November, but the season will really start to ramp up May long weekend.
Well, if last year was record-breaking, do you think this will break some records as well?
I do. I think this year will set a new record. I think anybody in the industry will tell you they're chasing pre-pandemic numbers, and 2019 was the best year for the province. We have yet to exceed 2019. I do believe this will be the year to exceed 2019 visitation, and all signs are pointing in that direction. Increased direct flights into the Halifax International Airport, increased conventions and conferences here in the city, and increased cruise ship arrivals.
Well, what's your advice to people who are thinking about coming to Nova Scotia?
My advice to them would be to book early. Always better to book in advance. You hold your spot that way, and you guarantee your seat. And come and stay as long as you can and explore as much as you can.
And of course, the one thing you can't control is the weather.
Absolutely, and the weather is key. There's no question. I mean, our business and many of our industry partners along the waterfront do much better when the weather cooperates, and we certainly are hoping for the same type of year we had last year, which was a year of consistent sunshine for most of the season.
All right, well, fingers crossed for you. All right, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Coming up, the fighting continues to flare up between the U.S. and Iran, despite Donald Trump insisting the ceasefire is still in effect. And the votes are in. Local election results in the UK suggest a major political shift may be underway. Welcome back. The U.S. says it's expecting to hear from Tehran on a proposed peace deal. This comes after tensions flared up in the Strait of Hormuz. The U.S. and Iran fired at one another, threatening the fragile ceasefire. Nick Harper has the latest from Washington.
It's a waiting game for Washington. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio says the U.S. expects to hear from Iran about the one-page memo. Tehran is weighing up a 14-point proposal which would form the basis of a longer-term agreement to end the conflict.
Their system is still highly fractured and a bit dysfunctional as well, so that may be serving as an impediment. I hope it's a serious offer, I really do.
US President Donald Trump has warned there will be a lot of pain if Iran doesn't sign the deal. The renewed diplomatic efforts come after the US and Iran exchanged fire on Thursday in the Strait of Hormuz. Even so, the US maintains the ceasefire is still intact, arguing Iran fired first.
We didn't fire, they fired on us. Only stupid countries don't shoot back when you're shot at, and we're not a stupid country.
Trump also brushed off the latest flare-up.
We blew them away. They trifled. I call that a trifle. I'll let you know when there's no ceasefire. You won't have to know. If there's no ceasefire, you're not going to have to know. You're just going to have to look at one big glow coming out of Iran. And they better sign their agreement fast.
It's unclear if the threats and exchange of fire will push Iran to sign the deal or make officials in the country less inclined to negotiate, putting the two nations once again on a war footing rather than on a path to peace. Nick Harper for CBC News, Washington.
The Dutch cruise ship hit by a deadly outbreak of hantavirus is expected to arrive Sunday in the Canary Islands. Canadian consular officials are on their way to Tenerife to meet the 4 Canadians on board. Health Canada says they're taking the outbreak seriously, but do not expect the further spread of the virus within Canada.
At this time, the overall risk to the general population in connection with this outbreak of the Andes hantavirus is low. Onward spread within Canada is not expected, even if an infected individual were to arrive here.
Spanish authorities are preparing to receive the more than 140 passengers and crew. At least 3 passengers have died and several others are sick. None of the remaining passengers or crew is currently symptomatic. The World Health Organization also says the risk to the wider public is low. Health authorities are tracking passengers who disembarked before the outbreak was detected. Britain's governing Labour Party suffered big losses in England's local elections and parliamentary votes in Scotland and Wales. It lost ground to a hard right party, but Prime Minister Keir Starmer is defiant. Crystal Gamansing reports from London.
Reform UK appears to be the big winner in these local elections, picking up hundreds of council seats across England. In addition to getting councillors elected, in one area in particular, in the borough of Havering, that is in East London, they had enough councillors elected that they now control that town council. Now, that is the first time that they will be in control of a council inside the City of London. Party leader Nigel Farage saying this is a trend that will continue.
We've been so used to thinking about politics in terms of left and right, and yet what Reform are able to do is to win in areas that have always been conservative, but equally we're proving in a big way we can win in areas that Labour have dominated.
The Conservative leader, Kemi Badenoch, said it's not all bad news for her party. She pointed out the fact that they reclaimed the borough of Westminster, taking it back from Labour.
People said no one even expected anything to happen in Wandsworth. Wandsworth is now under Conservative control. You look at...
Now, these changes were predicted, according to Professor Tony Travers, and he says it's not necessarily bad to have more political parties and more cooperation.
What happens in a multi-party system with the need to create government arrangements or coalition arrangements in some cases after voting day, very common in continental Europe, absolutely not common in most Westminster systems, and certainly not in the UK. So that's going to be a big test, and it's to some extent going to tell us, I think, something about how British national politics turns out.
As for Keir Starmer and his position, he understands that this is a bad showing, but he and Labour are prepared to do the hard work.
These are really tough results, and the voters have sent a message about the pace of change, how they want their lives improved. May was elected to meet those challenges.
Whether or not he will actually remain in his position as party leader, that has yet to be determined. We could see more Labour Party members revolt and push him to step aside. based on exactly how bad these results end up being. Crystal Gamansing, CBC News, London.
Multiple Canadian universities are dealing with a data breach. Hackers targeted the Canvas program. It's used to manage grades and assignments for thousands of schools in North America. A post earlier this month indicated that some identifying information of Canvas users, such as names, email addresses, student IDs, and messages, may have been impacted. The hackers are threatening to leak the data unless the schools pay a ransom. Unemployment edged upward in April. The latest numbers from StatsCan say it climbed to a 6-month high of 6.9%. The CBC's Angie Seth has the details.
Well, another month with fewer jobs on the books is sign Canada is not faring as well as it should be month over month. Canada lost 18,000 jobs in April, but if you widen that out from January, well, we've lost nearly 112,000 jobs this year. And manufacturing continues to see weakness. Same with construction. But an economist I spoke with did point out it could have been worse. One big takeaway is job losses for full-time work. 47,000 jobs were lost. On the flip side, 29,000 part-time jobs were added. And that speaks to what we're seeing in the labor market. Businesses are not hiring for full-time workers as the uncertainty persists. And the other big takeaway is youth. For those aged 15 to 24 years old, unemployment increased to 14.3%. And with more younger people looking to enter the workforce, some 14,000 of them, that number is significant.
It's very difficult for people looking for a job, for an entry-level job out there. When you look at the average or the time it takes on average for somebody who's unemployed to find a job, and that length of unemployment has been rising steadily. So it affects those that are at the entry level of the market more disproportionately.
The economy is weak and it's struggling to find its footing. And that weakness isn't just showing up in the job numbers. We see it elsewhere. GDP, business investment, confidence. But the expectation is that the economy should start to post a little more growth. And the unemployment rate should come down a little as we move into the second half of the year and into next year.
I think 2027 is when we're more likely to see the spillovers from things like defense, like infrastructure. Those things we know take a lot of time to be implemented and executed properly. And at that time as well, we suspect the CUSMA uncertainty will be a little bit behind. We'll have the midterms also behind, so that could clear the skies a little bit.
With that being said, economists are expecting the Bank of Canada to hold interest rates steady at 2.25% for now. But the war in the Middle East, which is pushing energy costs up, and the uncertainty with the United States around tariffs and no CUSMA deal are driving factors. Angie Seth, CBC News, Toronto.
Live Nation entertainment executives say they are aware many sports and music fans resent paying sky-high prices for tickets. But they insist the company, whose subsidiary is Ticketmaster, is not a monopoly, despite an American court ruling that says otherwise. Dave Seglins recently sat down for an interview with Live Nation's executive vice president.
Why are ticket prices so high?
You know, it's a supply and demand market, Dave.
Live Nation and its subsidiary Ticketmaster know that sports and concert fans, even politicians, are fed up.
Ridiculous. Yes, absolutely. They're too expensive. It was heartbreaking that we couldn't go to the Blue Jays game. And Ticketmaster didn't really help out much.
They're gouging the people. When you have one player in the market that controls the tickets, that's not right for the people.
Facing potential breakup by a court in the U.S., the company is now speaking publicly, defending its record in the entertainment industry.
You know, 90% of our concerts, 95% of our concerts don't sell out. Tickets are available. Supply and demand works in the fans' favor.
But anyone who's tried to get tickets for big events, the World Series in baseball or Taylor Swift, knows how quickly they sell out or how expensive they become, both at the box office and on scalper resale sites.
Everybody tends to focus on the big events, those really special moments that you want to see your favorite artist or maybe your favorite team in the playoffs. And in those where demand is much greater than supply, we see market pricing that goes much higher than a lot of folks can afford. And that's really the root of it.
Live Nation's CEO was called to testify this spring at an antitrust trial brought by more than 30 U.S. states, the company accused of abusing its monopoly and overcharging fans. The jury agreed.
Are you a monopoly?
Well, it's funny. What the verdict says is that we have monopolized 20% of the primary ticketing market, not the whole thing. I don't call that a monopoly, and I'm actually confident that over time the courts won't call that a monopoly.
It's a monopoly because they have control over the combination of ticket selling, venues, artists, agents.
This U.S. senator says the two companies should never have been allowed to merge.
Should be broken up. Ticketmaster and Live Nation came together, and I opposed it for all the reasons that now have become apparent.
Fans and regulators from around the world are watching this closely, as in coming months, an epic court battle resumes here in the U.S., with Live Nation Ticketmaster fighting for its life against moves that could break up the world's largest entertainment company. Dave Seglin, CBC News, Washington.
A plan has finally been made for the removal of a ship that's been grounded off the coast of Newfoundland for more than a year. A Florida-based company has been tapped to clear away the MSC Baltic 3 from a cove where it sits, stuck, damaged, and buckling. But as Julie Israel reports, the salvage operation won't happen quickly.
On the west coast of the island, the shipwrecked MSC Baltic 3. Grounded in Cedar Cove since February 2025, it's now Canada's largest shipwreck effort in decades. Over 1 year later, a plan.
We are now moving into the wreck removal phase of the MSC Baltic 3.
Much of the fuel on board and some of the cargo was removed last summer. Salvage company Resolve Marine, now in charge of operations, their plan is to continue that removal, then chop up the ship into smaller pieces, pull them onto shore, and ship them away.
I can't wait for the day that it's gone. It's been great that there hasn't been any release of oil or any damage to the marine environment. That's been amazing.
The timeline expects the job to carry over into the summer of 2027.
There's many steps. We want to be sure we get it right. We don't want to prioritize rushing over safety and protection of the environment.
Chief Jenny Brake of Halapu First Nation says she's pleased with the plan.
It's not a simple process. It needs to be done in a I guess, slow and steady way that really makes it successful.
In order to gradually bring the vessel on shore in pieces, Resolve Marine says they need to blast up rock to expand the road in Cedar Cove. To MHA Eddie Joyce, that means destroying a place loved by the community and tourists alike.
Just to come out and say we're going to start dynamiting Cedar Cove, which so many people go to visit, they walk, they hike, they go on the beach. So you're actually destroying a part of Cedar Cove, which everybody said we can't destroy because of the shipwreck, but now we're doing it for blasting to bring rock in.
Still, Chief Brake says she believes this option is the best way forward.
None of us want to have blasting done in our backyards, but having looked at all of the bids that came in, this was the one with the least amount of environmental impact. And there has to be impact. There has to be a means to get to this vessel to get it removed. So expanding the road is necessary.
The quarry preparations are scheduled to begin this spring and cargo removal expected for this summer. Julia Israel, CBC News, St. John's.
And we're back to wrap things up. You know, with the heavy rain and then the sun, stuff is starting to green up.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, and the trees are starting to bud as well.
Even
which
out
is,
the window here, we noticed.
Yeah, it's great to see. It's slow, but it's steady progress. And so
we're going in the right direction.
We are heading in the right direction. And signs of spring continue to flood into the Ryan's Picks email inbox. And so love to see that. Have a look at today's entry. We're going to go zoom in on the Annapolis Royal Digby area. This is the French Basin. And have a look at that. That is a sailboat out.
Nice.
Taking, yes, some nice little sail there. Looks like the wind's relatively light, although it was a pretty gusty week. It was a little lighter yesterday, which I believe is well, actually, I'm not sure exactly when this was taken, but thanks to Gay for sharing this. Ryan's Picks at cbc.ca. I believe it was this week. So yeah, have a look at this. This is the forecast for tomorrow. And if you are going to be going for a sail, southwest winds, steady, 15 to 20. That's good, not too gusty. Temperatures tomorrow will range between 13 and 16 on the mainland, 12 to 14 across Cape Breton. Again, it's going to be a bit cooler in those onshore winds with the chance for an isolated shower or pop up, even a rumble of thunder, not out of the question for the northeast tomorrow, but it is a pretty slight risk. And then for Sunday, more widespread clouds, showers, especially for central and western areas of the province. Looking at the potential for some sun for Cape Breton and eastern parts of the mainland, especially into the afternoon time frame. And there's the outlook. So Saturday looking good. And here comes that next system. And no, we'll get some showers in the mix for the morning, but then that little bit of a break into the afternoon by the looks of things. And it does look rather damp to start next week, but midweek looks okay.
All right. Well, a Buddhist monk and his pack of pups are lifting hearts daily along a sacred river in Thailand, north of Bangkok. A dozen dogs accompany the monks as they set off by boat on their morning ritual of giving alms. What started with one small abandoned dog has grown into the area's most popular sites. People felt the dogs left the dogs at the temple, and the monks began caring for them. There are more than 20 pups who call the place home.
Interest in the temple dogs grew after the story spread online, prompting more and more people to make offerings along the riverbanks.
They're cute.
Yeah.
That is it for us tonight. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Good night.